All right, I'm back after 3 or 4 years, and content has completely changed. So, if you are here from before, you're probably not even going to give two about what I'm doing, but you never know. If you have an ADHD brain like me, you might be like, hey, I want to try that. So I'm just going to kind of tell y'all what we're doing. So let me go grab a couple of the things that we're going to be making today, and then we'll get started. Okie dokie. That was interesting. Okay, so today I am going to be showing you guys how to make mug toppers. I'm not a professional. That's the point of this channel. There are some things that I do have a little bit more experience with than others, but this is one I do not. The ones that are in front of me are the only ones I've ever made. So anyway, this is a mug topper. It goes on any kind of coffee mug, really. But the ones that I size them for are the Rae Dunn. I'm not a Rae Dunn fanatic, but this was a good addition to the tiered tray sets I wanted to do. So I wanted to just kind of have this on the tray as an accent, and I was like, you know what? This would be cool to show people how I've learned to do it, because it's not easy to find, which it may be now, but it wasn't whenever I started looking. They have changed because I have tested a lot of different frosting tips. Like, this is one of the first ones I did where it was a lot, the actual piping was a lot smaller. This is the same size base, and look at the size difference. Okay. This is the very first bee one that I made, testing out different stuff. We're going to test out different stuff together, stuff I've thought of, and I'm like, maybe that would work. This is one of the newer ones with the bigger tip. Again, I've made a lot. I've had some fails, and in my opinion, I've had a win or two. But, you know, it's all a learning process, so I'm going to kind of show you guys what I did and what I kind of found worked. But really, I don't know what I'm doing still either, so we're going to learn together. I have lots of other stuff that I want to share with you guys and other videos and stuff that I have planned to try to learn, and stuff that I kind of do know how to do and I want to teach you. One more little disclaimer while we're waiting on a few of the things to finish up, cutting my rounds and whatever. This is not necessarily the right way to do things, because in our world there isn't a right way. There's obviously a safe way to do some things, but here, this is a safe space anyway. And outside of the technical safety of things, there's not a right way to do things. So remember that whenever I'm telling you what I'm telling you, I'm not telling you that this is the way you have to do it. I'm telling you that this is the way that I've learned to do it. And it will likely change over time, because none of us really know what we're doing. We're a smorgasbord of other crafters, and we've learned things from other people. And I hope that you learn something from me, and I hope that one day I can learn things from you, right? So there's not a right or wrong way to do anything. This is just my way. So if you saw someone else do it a different way, awesome. If that seems like it would work better for you, that's what you need to do. But this is just the way that I have tried to do things. So let's be supportive. And if you have suggestions, leave them in the comments. If you have better ways to do something, or if you have answers to somebody's question, just be a helping hand. Not that hard. We're not gatekeeping. This isn't a secret world. We all learn from somebody. We didn't make this up. We didn't invent the wheel. We are just doing what other people have taught us. So just need to throw that in there, and now we'll get started.
Okay, so first things first, you're going to need a few things. I get my foam balls from Hobby Lobby. You can get them from Walmart. These are 2.8 inch. I also use 2 inch. Then I use a foam cutter. It just works best. There's no mess. I like it, but you can use really anything. I also get these 2mm foam sheets off of Amazon and cut those down to the size I need. I buy most of my embellishments off Amazon. The apple and the bee are from Hobby Lobby, and they're actually buttons. which work so good. So,
All right. And then you're going to need
and
a
the lovely Cupcake
round.
Turner. You can
Okay.
use anything that just kind of
Alrighty.
gets it off the
Let's
ground
see.
that you can
What else?
turn. If you can't find a Cupcake Turner, it's really preference. I
Okay.
got this off of
For
Amazon. I think it was
the
$8. I
smaller
honestly thought
toppers
it came
like
with
this,
two, and it was just one.
you're going to need the smaller ball.
But
Okay.
here's some
These are the
smaller
little
ones, and
foam
this is
balls.
a
You can
one and
find
I think
them
it's a 1.5
Walmart,
inch ball
Hobby
that
Lobby,
I
wherever.
use for my like the
I
marshmallow
actually use a
cups or
little
like
bit
the little Rae Dunn
bigger
candles. They
foam
fit on
ball
this perfect.
than some that I've seen for my toppers.
This is the
These are the
2.68
ones
inch
that I
ball and then
think most
the
use.
2-inch
These
ball.
are
I'm
2
actually
inch
going to
and
use the
these are
2-inch ball for
2.6
both
inch.
of my toppers today.
So like this
The
is what the circle.
2.68 inch ball is going to give you a much bigger
Whatever
topper.
you want. So I actually cut my
This
rounds
is
with
a
a laser.
3.5 inch round foam circle that
And
I
to
put
be
on my mugs.
honest,
It's what I prefer. A lot
it's
of
not really the
people
best
use
because it
the
does leave this
4-inch.
charring,
I cut these with
but
my
it works.
laser, so they do lose some
So I
charring,
put this
but
side
I
up
just
because it's
do the
really, it
char
doesn't
side up,
affect
and
it.
I
So
put
I
my foam
put this
ball on it,
side
and I don't
down,
have a problem
glue
not going to be able
my
to see it.
styrofoam, and then when you flip it over, you can't see it. All right. So this is the 3.5 inch round.
Now for me,
When
the
doing
3.5
research,
inch
I
foam
found that
rounds
a lot
just
use
fit.
a 4
I
inch
don't really like the
round,
overhang of the
which is
4-inch, which is what
totally
a
fine.
lot of
It's
people suggest.
preference at
But
that
you know,
point.
it's preference.
But you
Listen,
see
this
how
is
it just
yours.
kind of
You
hangs over
do what
quite
you
a bit?
want, how you
This
want.
3.5 inch
This is just mine,
doesn't.
and you know, it
And it's
is what
going to
it
sit
is.
on
That's
there.
what we're
It's
here
not
for.
going anywhere. It's not going to fall
Do
in.
you, boo?
So this is just what I like to use, okay?
I don't even know what I'm talking about
Now
right
you
now.
can
This is
use
hilarious.
the
All right, so
2
here we
inch
have. So here I'm going to show you just the
styrofoam
difference
half,
between
or
the
you can use
2-inch
the
and the
2.68 inch.
2.68 inch on the 3-inch
Now,
foam.
when I
Either
use
is
this bigger
totally up to
insert,
you.
I do have
I've
some
done both.
overhang that
I
comes
like them
off.
both.
In
The
my experience, it
bigger
hasn't
foam
been an
circle is going to give you
issue.
some overhang
Um,
of
I
your
take it,
spackle, which I just
and
pat
because
down
of
and I
this
don't have any
overhang,
problem
that
with
bottom
it. But
layer is
again,
going to
it's
kind of
going to give you a
stick
much bigger topper
to my
and it's
Cupcake
going to give
Turner.
you more overhang
Okay,
on your
so
mug.
when I
So it
pull it
just
off,
really is
I pull
it's
it off by the
preference at this
straw,
point.
and I just kind of tap it
Just
down,
tap it down with your finger
and it
and
doesn't
you'll never be able to
affect
see it.
the look.
Okay, so now pretty self-explanatory. Hot glue your circle to your base. Use a hot glue gun for your straws as well. I cut these usually about 2.5 inches. These are just regular old paper straws from Hobby Lobby. You can literally get a pack for like $1. I would make sure the cut end is the one that you put into the styrofoam because it is going to smush it and it's not going to be pretty and round. Take your glue gun, use the heat to pop 2 holes in your styrofoam ball, fill them, and pop your straws down. And look, bam, magic. At this point, I just center it on my turner so that I make sure that I have a nice even application. Guess what? Now you need all the fun stuff. So we're going to get into everything. You want a piping bag. I use a piping bag coupling. It just kind of keeps these bags from busting. I bought a pack of 50 and they're kind of crap. They are 12-inch, but if you're going to get some, get the 16-inch because it's just going to give you some more wiggle room when you're putting your spackle to make less mess. The tips I use are the Wilton M1. What is the other one? I think it's a B2, and there's another one. I'm so sorry. I will link them below. I honestly cannot remember the names of them, but here I am using the Wilton. So you're going to get your Fast and Final Lightweight Spackle by DAP. I get it at Lowe's. It's a gallon. It's like $20. You can get anything. You can use a paint stir, the like these, the popsicle stick depressor. They're actually paint stirs and they work great. I'm going to use this new scraper tool that's silicone because I need something that is reusable because I tend to run out of things and don't realize it. So just fill your bag. A half a bag, I believe, is what I used on this one. You'll see it more towards the end. You don't have to load it all the way up, but I don't want to run out because it'll cause me to break the um the pattern, and I'm trying to get it where you can't tell that I'm doing that. Again, get a bigger bag. This sucks. Okay, so this is literally what y'all came for, and it took 10 minutes to get here. Cool. No, I did not slow this down. This is literally how slow I start. I just start by piping it out up and down. It just gives it a more whipped topping look. I do not turn the turner. I actually let the force of the spackle turn it, and I just slow it down with my hand as I need to. You're gonna need force with this, guys. Like, adjust your grip, I don't take my tip off of the design. I don't take my tip off of the spackle. There you go. Just because when you do, it kind of leaves a break in it, and I haven't really figured out how to get that to look better. So just keep going all the way around. You can go slow. This isn't some hyper speed craft. It's not going to dry on you super fast. Just take your time. Reposition your hands. No biggie. That view. Yes, Cassie, block it so nobody can see it. Oh, God help us. There you have it. Look at that. And I didn't use the whole bag. That's what I had left. It really turned out super good. You can go plain, or you could put you some syrup and sprinkles on it. Works great. This is topper number 2. We're going to do a watermelon thing, which I have not done yet, and I think it's going to turn out pretty cute. I'm going to show you guys how to mix the colors. I did a green and I did a like red. I really wanted to be
Okay,
more
so for this
pink,
one, we're
but it is
actually
what it
gonna
is.
color
This is
some
another 2-inch
spackle.
ball. Super fun. You guys are
I don't
gonna
know in what, because I
love it.
didn't bring anything out.
Okay, now we need to mix our spackle with our paint. I just used the apple barrel paint from Walmart, 50 cents. Lasts me a good while, and it's perfect for what I'm doing. I just add a little bit at a time because for me, I'd rather add more than have to try to figure out how to make it better. I don't want to add more spackle. I don't want to waste it if I don't need it. So here I just added a kind of like a bright green and then a dark green because I wanted a shade just in the middle, but I wanted to try to get it just a little bit more pigmented, which really honestly it didn't change all that much. But my hands did start to hurt, so we kept mixing and just keep it going. Now, once you get this one, go ahead and load it in your bag, and then you can start on your next color. We went with a smorgasbord of red and some pink and some neon pink. You just have to play with it till you get it where you want it. The only thing that I will say, do not add a muddy looking color to this. The first time I mixed the green, I added like an olive green and it looked like baby poop. So that was great. I did speed this up just because I wanted you guys to see it, but it was like 4 minutes is what it took me to mix this. Ridiculous. I would get like those 32-ounce soup containers that are kind of tall because then you can hold it in your hand and you have some more control. I was fighting to keep this bowl in my hand. It was a little bit ridiculous, but again, not a pro. We're all learning together here. That's the point. All right, so now that we have our colors, it's time to go. I want just a wide open tip for the rind of my watermelon. I wanted to try it. I hadn't done anything with this tip before, but I really just thought it would look cool. I just kind of let this one, the pressure of the bag, just push it all the way around because I noticed if I tried to control it, I didn't get a consistent shape. So I get all the way to the end and I just make sure it's connected and I just kind of shape it up with my finger just so it doesn't look so terrible. I just feel like it looks so terrible. So just again, pat it with your finger. It doesn't stick, nothing crazy, and just try to get it kind of blended in, almost like you would clay. Okay, so again, self-explanatory, just like we did the first one. We put our Wilton tip back on here, and we're just going to pipe all the way around, doing the up and down motion to give it some texture, and then Cassie's going to block it again so you can't actually see what's going on. We're going to have to do a different angle next time, obviously. So here you have it. Look at that cute ass watermelon topper. I mean, if you see that it's a little crooked, you can just take it and kind of tap it down, and the force will just kind of put it where you want it. Now I got these glass fillers from Dollar Tree. They were actually gold and sparkly and super tiny. Paid $1 for them. Took them outside, spray painted them. I only had about a third, survive because the spray paint blew them off the plate. So what I would do is spray paint your plate and then put them on it so that they can stick and then spray paint away. I do like to paint to place these with tweezers. I have noticed that it keeps them spaced apart nicely and it pushes them into the spackle so you know that they're going to stay. But it's preference. If you just want to sprinkle them on, that's cool. You just have less control, and a lot of times they're not going to stick because you need to actually get them in there. I mean, pretty easy, right? That's it. Pull it off your turner, set it to the side, and let it dry. Only takes a couple days. Thank y'all so much for watching this, and if you made it all the way through, you're the real VIP. Have fun. Tag me in your pictures on Instagram. I'd love to see what you do with it.